Hello, my divine kings and queens. I'm back to do another video. And today's message we're going to be going over is God is telling you that after you've done all that you can, stand. And the reason for this message today is it's a lot of you who have bent over backwards, constantly being in these never-ending cycles of being there for people, helping people, sticking up for people, delivering people, saving people, whatever shape, way, or form that you're doing it. You've always been that backbone for people. You've always been that support system for people. You've always been that resource for people. And you never got your fair share. You never got anything back. Not that you was looking for it, but all you got in return was drama, was betrayals, lies told on you, gossip, being judged, being criticized. And see, sometimes in life, we have to realize that you can't save a person that don't want to be saved. You can't save a brother, you can't save a sister, you can't save a child, you can't save a cousin, you can't save an auntie, you can't save a mother, you can't save a father. Whoever it is that's closest to you, it was hard for you to shake them. Hard for you to let them go. And see, you blamed yourself and carried these burdens for so long, going, blaming yourself on why things ended the way that it did, why things went the way that it did. But you have to understand in life that when people do certain things to you, they're projecting onto you how they truly feel about themselves. They don't love themselves. Sometimes it's a cry for help, but you're not the person who can do the delivering and can do the saving and who can do all the helping. You but one person. You got to let go and let God. He's the one who has to run interference for some of these people because they're acting from an unhealed phase, and unhealed. They're acting from old childhood wounds that they haven't healed from, triggers that they haven't healed from, that they haven't even, started the process on what it takes to be on their healing journey or heal themselves from those past hurts, wounds, triggers. But you, one person, baby, you can't do it all. Things were gonna go the way that it was supposed to go because that's how it was supposed to go. But see, you done all that you can do in that situation. For that child, I'm speaking to somebody. My parents had to realize there were certain things I just had to get out there and learn for myself. The more you try to shield a person, the more they want to get out there and itch and figure it out for themselves. So sometimes you got to let them do it and let them return like the prodigal son. They're going to get into some things when they're out there trying to be of the world. But God say, listen, no matter what you try to do, when God picks his chosen few, no matter what you do, you will never fit in with these people because you wasn't meant to fit in. But see, you can try so much to try to tell these people that, to tell that child, to tell whoever it is that's itching. Someone keep running away. Someone keep causing you trouble and you don't want to give up on them because that's your baby or they closest to you. And you know they came from had a bad childhood or a rough upbringing. But see, let me tell you something. Sometimes you got to let that person go. Let God deal with them when they're out there. God's still going to protect them, but there's certain things that they got to learn. They will never learn if you keep trying to hold on and control the situation. You're not God. The only thing that you can do is let go, release, heal yourself. How can you begin to try to heal and save somebody when you're not even doing it for yourself? You got to let go and let God. I'm trying to tell you something. I'm telling you what I know. See, sometimes in life, like I tell y'all, I've had I told y'all that my upbringing was not normal, right? And it was not, I've learned to forgive my parents. I learned to forgive a lot of people, but see, I felt like people had failed me. I felt like people had failed me, and when, you know, I was taken away from my family, and, you know, I was placed in foster care. I remember the first thing the lady saying to me when I got there was, "You a nobody. Your people ain't a nobody. Your mom ain't a nobody. That's why you here. You just like the rest of us." And I was there, and there was another girl. She used to bully me so bad. And I remember her laughing at me and telling me, you know, "I've been here for years. Don't nobody want me. So once you here forever." We started off, we was cool and we was friends. And then a situation occurred where I told y'all I was abused sexually by one of the foster mother's son. And I don't know what was going on or what was the situation between him and this girl before I got there, but he started showing favoritism towards me and I didn't want it. And so one thing led to another, and I remember trying to call my parents on the phone and I couldn't get to them. And I don't know if they blocked the line, but I just remember like hiding underneath the piano, like crying, like I just want to go home. And in that moment, I didn't care what my mom did. I didn't care who I felt had failed me. I just wanted to be back with my mother. I had to forgive, because I had to realize sometimes we expect things out of people that themselves wasn't given when they was growing up. I wanted a certain kind of love or, you know, caress or whatever from my mom, and I couldn't get it. And so the reason I say that is to say that, yes, I'm being open and I'm speaking my truth, but I know that I'm helping somebody out there. You have to forgive your mother. You have to forgive your father for what they did and did not do. You have to step back and realize that we all have triggers and wounds that we have to heal from, baby. They wasn't shown no better. So how can they give it to you? So likewise, when I'm telling you, how you gonna show these people when you're not even doing it for yourself? You have to let go, and you have to let God, and let God work that thing and do what he needs, what he need to do. You cannot control everything. So release it. Because baby, you at your wit's end. There's nothing more that you can do. You've done all that you can do. And it didn't get you nowhere. Because these people have to learn a lesson. But you've gone through enough. Stop taking yourself through all this unnecessary pain. Let these people go. Let these situations go. Love yourself. Now y'all have to embrace your inner self, right? You get what I'm saying? And that's coming from, I want to take from this movie, Antwone Fisher. And I don't know if I've given this, you know, example before, but in this movie, and I love this movie because, you know, it resonates with me. Y'all know he went through a lot as well. I don't know if these were his foster parents or who it was. He was going through abuse as well in the home that he was living in. And see what happened. Everything he did in his life, you know, he could have done things and he had good opportunities, right? He wasn't doing right by those opportunities, kept getting in trouble. And they assigned him to I think it was the military psychiatrist that was on the base, and that was Denzel Washington. He played that part. And so Denzel invited him to Thanksgiving, to his home for Thanksgiving. He had never experienced that before. And he was in the living room, and I think Denzel came and met him out there, and he said he wrote a poem. And I'm going to take, you know, bits and pieces from this poem, but I know that he kept saying, who's going to love the little boy inside of me? Who's going to be there for the little boy inside of me? See, a lot of y'all not embracing that inner child. You're not embracing that part of you that was broken at that given point in time. And see, you thought by hiding it, by, you know, if you just do whatever to forget about it, you'll get over it. But you didn't take the time to really connect to that inner you, to that inner child, to forgive that inner child, to love that inner child, to protect and set boundaries so that no one can hurt you like that again, abuse you like that again, and take advantage of you like that again. I'm telling you that that's what you need to start doing. It was not your fault what happened to you as a child. There was nothing that you could have done. You have to forgive the people who was around you at the time as well. They did all that they could do. Whatever it is, take it how it resonates. You have to be in this place of letting it go, baby. Let it go. I know how hard it is, but it's not your fault. You did all that you can do. I don't know why I'm keep feeling led to say, baby, you did all that you can do. You got to let it go at this point. Because now it's causing you unnecessary harm, pain, conflict. Don't be a detriment to yourself, man. Because you keep trying to be there for people who ain't going to be there for you. You keep trying to save people who ain't going to save you, who don't want to be saved. Back up, release them, let it go, and let God. Because let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something. See, you had to lose to win again. You had to lose in order to win again. A lot of y'all started this cycle. I'm feeling like it's going back to 2018. Because that's when it started for me. And I keep seeing, a lot of y'all keep saying 2018. I said, okay, so God, this must be the cycle that everybody had to go through starting at this time. And it could have carried out for 3 years. And in that cycle, you was faced with defeat. You was faced with loss. You was faced with setbacks. You was faced with betrayals and upheavals, major upheavals in your life, baby. Let me tell you something. You made it out that cycle. Whatever happened in that cycle was supposed to happen for the greater good, for the cause, for whatever lessons you had to learn. You would have never learned it if you didn't go through what you went through. You would have never changed if you didn't go through that. So accept it in the situation for what it was. I can't even begin to understand what it's like. But I'm going to give y'all that tough love because that's how I'm feeling. I need to bring it. I'm not making light of the situation. I'm just saying, baby, what is it going to do for you to keep sitting there and constantly playing that thing over and 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 over in your head? When you know you need to shake up out of that and forgive these people and forgive that situation and let it go. Because let me tell you something, man. God is telling you, man, you've done all that you can. Stand. Because I'm reshaping you and restructuring your life to make you into a better woman, into a better man. I'm opening up the doors of opportunities. And as I open up that door, I look unto you and I say, welcome to the promised land that's overflowing with milk and honey, baby. Baby, you freed. JC, back me up. GPR, you with me? You already know what to do. If any of these messages resonate with you, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. And tell a friend to join the JC gang. Reach one, teach one. We ride together, we slide together, baby. JC gang for life. God is welcoming you to the promised land. He's telling you had to lose in order to win again. He's telling you that you've done all that you can. So now stand and raise your head up. Lift your head up high. Because he's making everything all right. It's your time to shine now. It's your time for God to clean you up and give you your blessing and give you your just due now. You've given it all to everybody else. You've been there for everybody else. And no one could ever be there for you. You always felt like people failed. You always felt like you kept trying to figure out why life went the way that it went for you. If I shoulda, coulda, woulda, if I just did this, if I just could have this back. Instead of accepting this situation, baby, for what it was. Accepting these people for who they are. When someone show you who they are, believe them. But listen, let me tell you something. Don't hate these people. When I went through what I went through, as much anger, hate, I was in a real dark place. People don't understand when people mess with your feelings and mess with your livelihood, you feeling like you ain't got nothing else left to lose at this point. So anything, everything goes. I know what I was ready for, but I know what God wanted me to be ready for and what he was trying to prepare me for. And he had to sit me down. And in that moment, I got down on my knees and I screamed out, I surrender. I was trying to fight it so hard. I wanted revenge. Because I'm being honest with you, I tell you, I don't bring these messages how everybody else do. I don't come on here and act like I'm holier than thou. I wanted revenge in that moment because I felt like people played me. I felt like you really thought that this is a game, playing with my life like that. And you silly to out here, you know, people real like, in that moment, I'm like, you must be a real clown to think that that's funny. And for everyone else who's involved, who mocked it and criticized it and judged me, that I went through that. A lot of people say you didn't have to go through that. Granted. But because I went through it, I'm here. And in that moment, I couldn't see that. And it wasn't shown to me why all that hit me at once. Having to let go of certain friends, having to let go of certain family members, having to really back away from people in order to heal. It was not shown to me why. I got down on my knees and I screamed out. I don't think I've ever cried that hard before. Veins was pumping out. Like my neck, like I was, you know how you crying, but the tears, man, it's flowing, but it's like it's something. I don't know what it was. I can't explain it, but that's how much pain I was in. People would never know. But they know now if they watch this video. But like I said, you know, I was in so much pain. And I remember just getting down on my knees and I just crying. I was like, I surrender. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who trying to take me out or who just don't want to see me win, man. But let me tell you something. I pray that you heal, because all I ever wanted, the only reason I wanted to win was so that I could be stable and take care of my family. People didn't understand, like, if I didn't get it, me and my family would have been out on the street. Because it came a time where everything fell on me. And it came at a time where my stability was, everything was just gone. And I was like, yo, whoa, like, the devil out here. The devil out here for real. But let me get down. I always knew I had to get back and ground myself in the Lord. And I just kept crying out to that man. And I got down and I said, I surrender. I say, God, I'll never go back to that man. I'll let go of these people. I'll say what you need me to say. I'll do what you need me to do. Please get me out of this. Please. Please, I beg you. I'm keeping it real with you. God, please just get me out. I promise. I'll say what you need me to say. I'll do what you need me to do. I'll let go who I need to let go. But I surrender because that pain was too much for me to bear. That was too much. And God said he'll never put more on you than you can bear. So I had to release it and lay them burdens at his feet. And the second I did it, I'm telling you, it was like it was lifted right then and there. And everything became so clear on what I had to do. But the main thing was getting my mental right. In order for me to get that right, I had to heal, man. As hard as it was, as much as I will never understand the evil that can go on in a person's mind, to be that jealous and envious, that you think it's funny, that you put people in a situation like that. You think it's funny that it was so easy for you to play people. What you get out of that accomplishment? Oh, I played so-and-so, I played so-and-so, I played them like a fiddle. I took this, that. I would never understand it, but I didn't try to understand it. I forgave the people. I forgave the person. I forgave everyone who was involved. Everyone who even knew about it didn't tell me nothing. Everyone who heard about what I was going through and judged me behind closed doors. Everyone who was trying to get close to be nosy. Listen, I had to let it go and I had to forgive everybody, and I surrendered. And that was the day that I truly became free. Because it was just revealed to me, like, I did all that I could do. And I had given up. I'm being honest with you. God gave me that strength to get up every day up out that bed, wash my face, even if I ain't have nothing going on, just to look at myself in the mirror and say, baby, you beautiful. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you. You beautiful. You still beautiful. To get up out that bed every day and fight, to find different opportunities, fight to keep moving forward with my life. And as I fought, y'all know that faith without work is dead. I was putting work behind that faith. I was putting in work behind them prayers. I kept fighting, I kept fighting, I kept praying, God, God, God. And I kept fighting, I kept pushing, and I kept working that thing. Until he just started boom, 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 opening up the doors of opportunities for me. So I'm telling you the same thing, baby. You've done all that you could do for these people to get yourself up out these situations. Whatever it is that you've gone through, lay them burdens at that man's feet. Get down on your knees and cry out to that man. And even if you can't forgive these people on your own, because some of these people did y'all dirty, they did it nasty, they didn't have to do it that way. Even if you can't do it on your own, it's okay. Because that man said high and look low. We only human. But what you can do is ask that man to give you what you need, to give you the strength, to give you the courage, the power to forgive these people. Even if you can't do it on your own. And he will do just that. Forgive them for you. Forgive them for you. And understand that these people just have to heal. Don't judge them, don't hate them. Don't judge them, don't hate them. Let it completely go. Release it. Release it. Cry out and release it. But from this day forward, you moving up. You thinking big. You starting on your healing journey. You letting those burdens go from this day forward. Don't you hold that thing. Don't you hold no regret. Don't you hold no resentment. Let all of that go so you can be free, so that man can bless you how he need to bless you, so you can heal properly. And understand that if you need a friend, you got it in me. If you need love, you got it in me. If you need inspiration, motivation, baby, a life example, y'all know y'all got it in me. I keep it real with y'all. I come with that real, not that fake. I love y'all. I'm your sister. I'm your friend. So until next time, I want y'all to stay prayed up, and I want you to be blessed. I love y'all.